Hello friends, how you doing? What's going on? I hope you're having a wonderful time. It's March. I don't know when this video is getting posted, but it's almost been 6 months since Noclip started, so I thought I should do a little sort of a little video talking about kind of what's been going on, what's coming up, and how I'm feeling about it all. Last time I did a video about this stuff, I think it was like back in November. It was before the Doom doc, where I ranted and raved about games coverage, and I got like over 100,000 views, and I wasn't expecting that because that doesn't happen all that often on this channel. So thanks so much for watching that, I guess, and for all the feedback and for like having that conversation. I mean, I think by this stage it's pretty obvious what Noclip is sort of standing for. At least I hope it is, and I'm still completely flabbergasted by the amount of people who have watched our videos and supported us and tweeted us and done all that madness. In fact, last week was kind of the big moment for me with Noclip. GDC was on, the Game Developers Conference. Myself and Jeremy spent 5 days shooting interviews at GDC at the Patreon office. We also had a space rented to finish off our Spelunky documentary because we got everyone involved in the game in one place for the first time in a couple of years. And yeah, yesterday I took yesterday off, and today I'm back on the edit. I'm actually editing our Frog Fractions one right now, which will be out. Frog Fractions 2 will be out next week, and then The Witness, and then Spelunky, and then all the GDC videos, the 10 GDC videos we shot. So we've been working our asses off, and it's really funny because we're closing out 6 months. We'll have done the Rocket League, 2-parter, Doom 3-parter. We'll have shown off, Doom 4 probably never been seen if it wasn't for us and our patrons. Went to Ireland, talked to John Romero, and then did our sort of mystery thing, which is kind of more like the point, kind of like discovering a topic around a game, and then also kind of had our cake and eat it by doing a docs on Frog Fractions 1, 2, Spelunky, and The Witness. And that's fucking cool to have 6 months and have okay, we did 1, 2, 5 games, 2 separate topics. Not to mention all the patron-only stuff that's in the sort of the unlisted world of YouTube right now, which people have enjoyed. So in one way, I'm feeling confident because, okay, look, now I've shown what we're doing, right? We're not just doing these main, very here's what happened to the game stories like Doom and Rocket League. We're quite similar, but we're breaking out of that as well, and looking at individuals like our profile series, and then even the GDC stuff is going to be more short form, and sort of showing the breadth of things that Noclip wants to do. And it didn't all fall apart. That's what I was terrified about. It didn't. It wasn't like people got on board at the start and then they all disappeared when they were like, oh, he's just making the same video, or he's done enough. We've done enough. If anything, we saw an uptick during the Doom one, and it's been kind of slowly going down, and then people propping it up a bit. We're not at the same funding we had back in December. We're definitely a bit lower, but we're still in a really good place. You know what I mean? So that's given me confidence. But what's given me way more confidence was at GDC, it was the first time I've spent 6 months in this room, editing and writing emails and organizing stuff and budgeting and doing taxes and doing all that sort of stuff. And while, I read every message, I literally get every message, YouTube update, the comments, ping my phone, all the messages on Patreon, all the messages on the Discord, all that sort of stuff. I read it all. So I'm getting feedback and I'm seeing people are enjoying it, and it really matters a lot. But at GDC, I had developers and players, and even the people we were interviewing, being so nice, being so, I think, grateful is the word I'd use, which is flabbergasting to me. We interviewed people and they were happy we were doing this, and were saying, I loved such and such speaking openly, and it's amazing that you're talking about this game and this aspect of the industry, and please keep doing it. And I never thought this was as much as I wanted to start a new discussion around games and hopefully pull games coverage in terms of video in a different direction, it was also kind of a selfish endeavor, because a lot of this stuff is stuff that I would have done anyway. If I could choose any job to have right now, it would be doing this. So to have people come up and be saying thank you, it's don't thank me, I'm thanking everyone else for letting me do this. But what it's done is, there's 2 ways you can sort of take that. You can let it blow up your ego and you can start to feel really good about yourself, or it can give you that confidence that it's turned me into steel. I feel now so much more confident about what we're doing, so much confident about our long-term prospects, that maybe this is something that's not a flash in the pan. Maybe this is something that we can grow and keep going and expand and be still around in like 5 years or 10 years, and that's amazing. Instead of constantly looking at the Patreon numbers to see if we're going to be funded next month, I'm feeling like people are on board and they get that we're doing and they like it. So that's been amazing. And it's just as well because some of the stuff we've got planned for later in the year, we've got like 3 or 4 projects already booked. We're going to Japan in a month to do one of them. We're maybe going to Europe actually before E3 as well, certainly after, and we just now I'm sort of like actually like dipping into the war chest, as it were, and feeling better about that as well, that we can sort of spend a bit to make some cool stuff, and we'll be okay. At least that's kind of the way it looks. So I just wanted to say thanks. I mean, I plan to like put together some sort of trailer. We've never done like a second round of funding or anything. We only ever did one trailer. I very rarely ask. I don't think I ever really ask people to sign up like maybe once a month or something. We never do at the end of last half of a month because we don't want people to get like build and then build again at the other end. And I kind of thought about doing one for the PAX East because we're going to be there, doing our first ever public talk about Noclip or anything, which is amazing. If you're in Boston, if you're at PAX, please come along. If you can't get to PAX, we're going to hopefully do a Patreon meetup as well outside of the conference, so you can come to that. But I didn't. It's not happening because I've just got too much work to do with GDC and everything else, and all the editing of this Frog Fractions thing, which I'm like staring at the barrel of right now. I just thought it would be nice to reminisce about the past 6 months and sort of open it up for comments if you have any below, and also to ask. I don't do it often, but I mean, this stuff is expensive to do. We're working our arses off, working long days, long weeks. The funding is the type of thing that allows us to make quick decisions, which buys us time. And when you're like a 2-person operation, time is worth more than anything else. For instance, one of the ways this manifested was that we had a problem with the subtitling on our YouTube videos. YouTube automatically does it, but sometimes something trips up and it doesn't automatically transcribe. And we use the automatic transcription as I do rather, as a template, and I go in and edit it from there. So even though it makes a sort of a facsimile of what it thinks people are talking about, and then I go in and basically tweak it all. That auto-generated subtitle thing saves me like 4 hours probably, and like a lot of mental stress. And it's tripped up numerous times on our last couple of videos, which has meant that not only was this a problem for deaf viewers of our videos, but this was also a problem for the translations. We've got an amazing community of people who translate the Noclip videos into everything from Mandarin to Russian to Spanish, Portuguese, and plenty more languages. So one thing we managed to do is pay for that service. We pay for a professional company to do it. It's not cheap at all, but the funding has allowed us to make that decision, right? So like I was at GDC doing the interviews. It happened to our mystery doc. I had 6-hour time window to do it, and I was just like, nope, okay, I'm just gonna pay for it, let somebody else do it, and then hopefully what's more important is that people have access to it for the accessibility initiatives and also for the subtitling. So that's sort of one microcosm. That's like one use case of how the funding helps us. The Japan trip is another thing. We're booking a Japan trip in the 4-week time frame we have to do so, including hotels and everything else. Again, not the most cheapest way to go about doing it, but it's a reality of the way that we work at PR, is that this stuff comes in pretty fast. So the funding helps so much in that respect, and I want to thank everyone again for being part of Patreon. And hopefully we create our Patreon, hopefully we create enough cool stuff around it that people feel like they're getting a lot out of it, and hopefully they also know that they're contributing to a new form of games coverage, and hopefully you enjoyed what we've done for the past 6 months. So basically, long story short, if you're not a patron, if you think what we're doing is really cool and you'd like to see us continue to do it, even just give us a buck or two. A lot of people give 3 or 5 depending on like the different Discord awards they want. People want to get in the credits, they can do that as well. But even just having you know, $1 or $2. I just like the number of patrons. It's dipped down again to under like, it's like 3,900. We were up at 4,300 at one stage. I'd love to get that up a little bit more, up to like 5,000, start like, you know, crawling up even higher, and sort of building that community around it. So this is me asking. I hate asking. I hate doing it. Amanda Palmer would slap me on the wrist. I like to ask via the quality of the videos, but I promised myself I would once we were doing this for 6 months. So if you haven't and you would like to, please go to patreon.com/Danny Dwyer and support Noclip, support what we're doing. And I just want to thank you as well. You know, support comes in many forms. Thank you so much for subscribing. Our channel is almost at 100,000 subscribers. Noclip video, which is insane for a channel that's got like 4 videos up there or whatever. All of the messages, all of the tweets, even, you know, retweeting our videos or saying nice things to myself and Jeremy. All of the emails that come through noclip.video. I don't have time to reply to a lot of them. Sometimes they come in pretty late. I'm going to give myself like a week to just do all that stuff, hopefully, between the end of this project and Japan. Yeah, thank you so much. This has been a dream. I'm proud of the videos we've made. I think we can make even better ones. And with your support, hopefully we'll be able to do so. So thank you so much again for all your support. Thank you for watching all these videos. And thank you for watching this video as well. I'm going to edit some Frog Fractions. I got to edit this one. Then I got to edit Frog Fractions 2. And then The Witness. And then our Spelunky one. So I got some work to do. So thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.